minus 80 seconds. T minus 70 seconds. T minus 60 seconds. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 15 seconds.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the Sunday Roast, brought to you by the Last Movie Outpost.com for all of your movie news, reviews and everything cool about film. We've nearly got
I was trying to hype you. I'm sorry, I was trying to hype you up.
If you're going to talk about R2-D2, then we'll talk about Star Wars.
Well, all right, boys, it was a good show, and I'll see you guys next week.
Look after yourself.
We've nearly got a full house. Unfortunately, we're not sure where Yoda is at the moment. He's MIA. But we do have Matt and Sean. Due to popular demand, Sean will not be showing his face on camera. But how are you guys?
Pretty good.
All right, not bad.
Matt, you've been having fun with the website, haven't you?
Fucking thing. Yeah, it's been awesome.
I mean,
you know what? It's not even the website. It's just the relentless on the Slack. It's just like, this ain't working and that ain't working. Where's my author bio? What, the thing that's got 3 fucking words on it? Yeah, okay, I'll sort that out.
I had quite a decent bio, thank you very much, and I didn't even ask for that.
I never even wrote anything in the bio because I'm not a pretentious dork.
Yeah, well,
oh no, see, I am, and I wanted
the eye candy.
But no, we have to say, like I say, obviously, if you've been to the lastmovieoutpost.com, you'll see there's a whole new brand new design there. I did explain last week, and Matt has been doing a stellar job at doing the work on it. So well done, mate.
Couldn't have done a better job myself. Literally,
I tried to and didn't.
There's still quite a few bits to do.
I was going to say, in fact, the times I have helped, I've made things worse.
I could probably...
Yeah, put it this way. Last week, I think if you lived near me, I think I would have come round and punched you in the throat.
Oh, look, hi, Matt.
I've tried fixing the head, and I looked at it and I was like, everything's fucked. I was just like...
that may have been my fault.
Fine. The biggest problem is getting Discuss to work with this new system we've got. And Stark is sort of... He's saying it's not working properly for him. No, I don't know if anyone else is having trouble with it, but if we just get Discuss to work with this new template, then the rest will just all slot in really nicely. But it's just this one little thing that's...
What does he mean?
These problems.
What does he mean is it doesn't work for him? Because I've noticed that... I just noticed when I try to like answer readers that comment, like it won't let me do anything. Like I can read it and it'll give me the little bar to start typing. But yeah, it won't let me. And
it doesn't lock you straight in, does it?
No.
That's what I find. I come up there and I think it's something in the settings, but again, I've just not been playing with them.
Anyway,
what does delete all mean?
I can guarantee it. Literally nobody wants to listen to us talk about this for 5 minutes. So let's
go. Because it's about
No, they
It's
don't.
about the website. It's about the website.
No, they don't.
Right,
They
okay,
don't
then.
care. They don't care.
Okie doke. If you are watching, hello and welcome. If you want to join in the chat, please feel free. It's always nice to have a chat with everybody who joins in and so forth. So let's get on to our first subject. We are going to keep it slightly trimmer this week, so we're not going to be going on for a couple of hours. But our first discussion is
Star Wars. Oh.
no. I was tempted to put that just to annoy Sean, but no. So Martin Scorsese's next film is apparently an appeal from the Pope to make a good movie about Jesus.
How many
And
Jesus-themed movies has he made? Like there was
What's that mean?
well, he's made like what is it? The one not 5 or 6 years ago with Andrew Garfield about the Jesuits and
The Silence.
Yeah, and then he made the one about with William Dafoe in it, right? What was that? The
Last Temptation.
Yeah, and so I mean, what's this dude's? Why is he praising Jesus all the time? Frankly, it's a little weird.
What I want to know is who are they going to get to play Jesus? Because I think top of the list, it's got to be like Idris Elba.
Obama.
Hey, there he is.
Hey.
Here he is.
For those of you that don't know, we actually start the show at 6 o'clock. Hey, Yoda, where have you been, mate? Are you all right?
Just still trying to get over this stupid bug. And
right.
Then my computer just started giving me over and over, USB device not recognized, USB device not Christ, nothing works.
And it's only ever when you're in a hurry.
Of course.
It's like printers. Printers know when you're stressed. So when you go to print something, the printer goes, No, I haven't.
Everything knows when I'm stressed.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, yeah. So Scorsese making another movie about Jesus. I mean, it depends kind of where they're going to go with it and what they're going to do.
Are you sure it's not Jesus?
I did think that.
It could be about a Mexican immigrant or something.
Yeah.
It is 2023.
A dreamer. I think you mean a dreamer.
Oh yeah, an undocumented dreamer. I'm sorry. Disavow my previous comment.
Why do you think they're doing it to cash in? Because isn't King Mel making a sequel to The Passion?
Actually, yeah, that did come up recently, didn't it?
Is Scorsese really a cash in on another movie kind of guy?
Pope is.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Pope is.
Well,
it's like the old joke, isn't it, about the guy from the bread company went to the Pope and said, "Listen, what we want to do is offer you $1 billion if you say instead of..." Oh no, I've got that joke wrong. No, never mind. Forget that.
This makes some entertaining radio.
Back to Star Wars.
I haven't heard it for ages. It doesn't matter. Oh, I can't remember it now. Anyway, so like I say, it depends what they do with it. Because like I say, King Mel did cover kind of like the last days, the last like few hours of Jesus and everything else. So what else is there to do? He went preaching and died.
Yeah.
No, maybe they'll put
with him Risen, didn't he? So I think this new one is called Risen, isn't it?
Mel's movie.
Yeah, King Mel's one.
I don't.
I
I didn't know.
When Jesus comes out of the cave with Easter bunnies and chocolate eggs,
dressed up as a giant Easter bunny with holes in his hands.
I know that it's like, correct me if I'm wrong here. Jesus comes out of his cave, if he sees his shadow, it's 6 more weeks of winter. I disavow that.
My favourite is when. No, my favourite is when people say, Jesus saves, and he passes to Moses, Moses passes to Noah, Noah scores.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like it's got to be a modern take, You have Pontius Pilate pulling up in a pickup truck in front of Home Depot, and, and I'm looking for Jesus. No, give us Barabbas. And he gets in the back of the truck, and, he was a carpenter.
It's pronounced Jesus. If it's the Home Depot, it's Jesus.
Yeah, give us Jesus. No, give us Barabbas.
Jesus on TikTok. Hey fans, what's up?
Yeah, Dylan Mulvaney's who they're going to get to play Jesus this time. That'll really make up for things,
That funny enough, that is what starts World War III.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, this is Bud Light. This is the blood of my blood.
What Jesus looked like is unimportant. It's his message that's the important thing. Because that's the funny thing is when you do see images of Jesus, he's always a Westerner, but he was raised in the Middle East, so he wouldn't have looked white.
I can make it. Well, now wait a minute. I can make a very convincing argument at another time on another website that he actually looked closer to us than he did, To
them.
That's not true. I saw the Cleopatra thing. They were all black. Everybody was black.
Jesus was black. I don't care what they
told you in school.
My grandma told me so. Unimpeachable source.
Yeah.
And Robert Page has just said the Last Temptation of Christ was boring.
Well, you know what? He probably wasn't very boring for him at the time. Do you think? So.
Yeah. So we have already said nicely, not behind your back, that we are going to keep things shorter this evening. So we are going to move on. So I prepared all these. Nobody else knows what's going on here, but I prepared all these. Extraction 3 has already been greenlit, even though Extraction 2 hasn't actually come out yet. But the first Extraction...
The first one was excellent. If the second one is excellent, I don't care how many they make, as long as they keep up the quality as the first one.
The trailer does look pretty decent. It does look quite good. There's some quite long, good action sequences, and I was looking at it going, I love that. Even though, spoilers if you haven't seen the first Extraction, he does die at the end.
No, he doesn't.
Well, it was highly unlikely that he would have lived at the end.
Are you a doctor?
Well, excuse me, I've watched 3 YouTube videos and read a paragraph on Facebook, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
What happens at the end then?
He gets shot and falls into the river, and then it cuts away.
Oh, yeah. Well, James Bond survived that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus, look what Jesus survived, and they're still making movies about him, apparently.
The Jesus verse. I did see John Wick 4 this weekend.
How'd you like it?
Any good?
What'd you make of it?
Yeah, well, I liked it, but it did. There were times where I felt like I was watching a video game, just watching him work his way through the levels, Yeah. And I think if you cut out all the yas, then Keanu Reeves has maybe 4 lines in the entire movie.
I think somebody said overall it is literally something like about 200 words in the whole film.
It's not much, and everything else.
And most of them
working.
are just
I don't. So has everybody seen it? All 4 of us have seen it. Matt,
what, John Wick?
Yeah,
I don't
4.
know. I saw the first one. The second one was copy and paste. Third one I poured after 10 minutes. So no.
I thought that Donnie Yen sold the show as the blind.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you got. Yeah, he clearly was like. I was like, man, I just want to watch a movie about this guy.
Well, the way they had a post-credit sequence, maybe.
Yeah. Well, or maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah. I don't know, but I did enjoy I enjoyed the movie, but it's a long movie to basically watch somebody work their way through video game levels. If
they'd cut the stair climbing scene out, the movie would have been so much better.
Do you know what? Somebody, I got into not an argument, but I got into a discussion with somebody, and they said, but that scene was only 3 minutes long. And I was sat there going, that is not true. And I'm going to make a note to time it, because I swear that scene was like 20 minutes.
It felt, dude, that was at the point of the movie I started going like, I found myself trying to look at my watch, and I was like, oh, that is not a good sign. I was like,
I'm just going to make a note of that. Check chiming on 4. So I can go back with evidence and say, it wasn't 3 minutes. It was bloody ages.
It was. Yeah. It was like Rome literally was built and then fell in the time period of that.
I kind of felt with 4 that the problem with it is like 2 and 3 are kind of like the big filler, where this could have been a perfect trilogy, but it's kind of 4 movies, and the second, third, and fourth one were all too long.
I like the.
They're doing a 5th.
No, maybe.
It's in production now.
They should do at least one more. And I don't know where they're going to go.
I don't know how.
Where they? You know what made me mad about? Here's one of my biggest things about it, and I said this in my review, is that at the end of 3, is that they're going to war against the High Table. he kills what, maybe 2 people on the high table, then the third guy, and it's like you get the sense there's a hell of, and like then, but even before it gets to that point, like the movie starts, we think, oh yeah, he's going to go to the war. We're going to get to watch him kill every member of the high table. But then as soon as he's told, oh, you can get out of this by just doing this duel, then the mission, he just completely abandons all that. The only reason the high table members are killed at all is incidental, because he's trying to get, he's got to satisfy these things to get the creds back.
He kills the German one, and then at the end, right? It's just the 2.
Well, the Arab guy at the beginning as well.
Guy. Yeah. So 3, that's it. And it's like, and like he gives up revenge on Winston. Like, you just write that off. I mean, the guy fucking shot you off the roof,
Yeah.
And then like all this other stuff.
No, don't you go shooting me again.
He doesn't go after that them bitch that was the adjudicator. He does. It's like they threw it out the window, and I was like, they really wanted to just make this 4th one and get done with it. Now it's like, I don't know.
I want to know if Leguizamo ever fixed his car.
Yeah, me too. That was another thing that they just left hanging, and it was like, that's it. Don't care.
It had a satisfying arc for Wick himself, although I felt like when he was under it and he looked back at Winston, he says, I wanted to say loving husband. I was like, oh, okay, he's dead.
Yeah, that was it. I knew it was
I was expecting them to pan around to a tree and him stood behind a tree going, like, so I'm not really dead.
I kind of expected that too, like the what was it, the Captain America Winter Soldier ending or whatever, where it's like, oh, how's it feel to be dead? And because I thought, oh, the fastest gun in the West is dead, so we can all leave him alone. That's what I thought we were going to get.
You could do it.
Yeah,
I know what they showed, but they could do it. It wouldn't be that difficult to retcon it.
Absolutely.
So I don't know.
Anyway, we've gone off extra.
I didn't love it.
Who's the black guy in it? Who's just died in real life?
Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
I've read that the 5th one's going to be John Wick is going to avenge his death and take on Fauci.
I think that's kind of already been settled, though. So,
well, John, I run the table. I've been running the table for years.
You think you're killing me, John? You're just taking on big pharma.
I am science. I'm science.
You can't kill the science, John.
Replacing all the guns with syringes. They're just going to keep throwing in. They've all got the vaccine in them.
That's his weapon. He just shoots hypodermic needles.
Moving on from the finish the discussion of Extraction 3. Nosferatu is getting a remake. Now, Nosferatu is obviously a classic from 1922, but it's being remade by Robert Eggers, who is known for Witch.
I'm excited. That dude has not made a bad movie yet. I think this could be amazing.
So, I mean, the movies he's done is Witch, The Northman, and The Lighthouse. And like I say, all 3 of them are just incredibly fascinating movies. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do with Nosferatu. I'm quite looking forward to it.
Anytime somebody brings up Nosferatu, I always think of Shadow of the Vampire, which is also an excellent movie.
Absolutely brilliant. If you don't know the story of Shadow of the Vampire, it's the fact that when they went to film Nosferatu in 1922, the actor playing Nosferatu was called Max Schreck. For some reason, I remember that. And in the Shadow of the Vampire, it was thought that Max Schreck was a real vampire. And so when they opened the...
No. He really, like, the director makes it... He finds a real vampire, makes a deal with him to be in the movie, then tells everybody he's just a method actor, but he's really a vampire. And so the film tells the story of them making the movie while this vampire's like slowly killing the cast
and stuff. And so when they actually film his death at the end, it's real. That it actually happens.
William Dafoe I was just making
the point that Shadow of the Vampire is not a real story. The way you came over this, Sean, it was like, that didn't really happen.
I know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Willem Dafoe is pretty creepy. It could be that Willem Dafoe is the actual vampire, Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, so it's like a triple deep dive. Like he's a vampire playing a dude that's playing a dude that's playing a fake vampire, but it's really a vampire.
That's like 12 walls.
Yeah.
Oh, Yoda's disappeared now.
Well, there's just computer problems again.
Yeah.
He's back.
I may have to go no camera this time because it is not wanting to work.
It's a good job me and Phil were the eye candy of LMO.
Yeah. Thank God.
Don't worry, ladies. Don't worry, ladies.
We're still here. But yeah, like I say, Robert Eggers at making a film, I'm always going to be excited to see what he comes out with. I mean, like I say, the guy just turns out and it's something that is interesting and just not what you expect to see. And so, like I say, I think his take on Nosferatu might be very good.
I've never seen the original.
It's
really? Me neither.
No, I've never seen it.
Me neither.
Really?
Phil,
yeah.
Phil, you told me, where was it at? 1922. You told me you took a day off school.
No, I think it's old. It's pretty old. It doesn't even have talking. It's not even a talkie.
No. It's black and white and silent, it is a good movie. It's very well done, and the actual, I mean, the iconic Nosferatu is quite good. We've got a comment there from Big.
I don't think there's honestly, there's been very few film vampires that look as creepy as he does in that movie.
Fiver says he's having a slash. Fiver says Sean is having a slash. He's not near his microphone, so he's having a slash.
He's in the. You're in the bathroom, aren't you? You liar.
No,
I'm gonna. Yeah. So Nosferatu was done because they didn't have the rights to Bram Stoker's Dracula. They tried to change things to get the film rights. Yeah, but it worked as a vampire story. And like I say, I mean, obviously, yes. I mean, kind of all vampire stories are all kind of, sent apart from like Twilight, where you get very old vampires still hanging around in high school girls, schools and stuff.
Listen, if you're going to be an immortal vampire that can't die, you're going to get to the point where you're like, you know what? Every woman is a minor to me now, so what does it matter?
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Yoda,
what's that rule? Your age,
yeah, half and plus 5,
times 200.
He just goes up one every year, isn't it? What's his name? Matthew McConaughey said in, I think it was the Richard Linklater film, but he says that's the good thing.
Confused. Yeah. That's the good thing about high school.
High school girls, they keep getting. I keep getting older, but they stay the same age.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Right, Sean, are you with us, or are you doing something else? You're putting together
I'm
a
here. Can you hear me talking?
Yeah, but you're away from the microphone.
No, sorry, hold on.
He's in his sex dungeon. I imagine him now.
Okay,
shaving himself up.
No,
putting the pink ball in his mouth.
No, I accidentally hit the cord. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, it's fine. There you go. Begin to sleep. We'll wake him up.
Is it okay, though? Can you hear me fine like it's supposed to?
Yes.
Yeah. I could just hear when you were away from the microphone. I'm not an amateur. I've done this before.
Anyway, go ahead.
Movies for guys, gun guys. Your article. Now, you wrote an I said article about killing. But yeah, you wrote an article about movies that are good for gun guys. What was your favourite in that, out of that list? I'm going to read out the list whilst I find it. So, but what?
Remind me what's in it. I forgot.
Hang on, the website's being slow now. Whose bloody fault is that?
Yoda's.
No, it's not. Wait, so we had Thief from 1981. We had Heat from
96. Yeah, it doesn't matter what year. Just give me the titles.
The Way of the Gun, Quigley Down Under, which I quite like Quigley Down Under, and Street Kings. Oh, and Red Dawn.
Yeah. Probably, honestly, oh man, Thief or Street Kings are because, or maybe I don't know, man. It's hard to choose on those. They've all got real, some really good stuff in them. As somebody said in the comments, is like, why not Rambo? And
because he used arrows.
Well, no, it's
no
not
guns.
that. It's no. So if you spend any time on like gun forums, like there's certain like requirements you got to hit for it to be for people to be like impressed by it, right? So it has to be the guns themselves. They have to be something like the casual gun owner or just the non-gun owner would not ever understand the significance of. 2, they have to use them in a way that they have to actually reload after a reasonable amount of shots fired. And 3, they have to you have to see them handling in a way that shows that they are very familiar with them and they use them correctly. And not Rambo is just comic book, right? Nobody stands there and hit fires an M60. Same with Predator. As awesome as Predator is, it's a comic book. First of all,
I was just about to say, don't you have a go at Predator and the realistic guns in that?
No, that it's unrealistic mainly because of, first of all, they have like never-ending ammunition, but the minigun
and there's a fucking alien in it.
Yeah, well, that too. I can overlook the alien. It's the gun. It's the 30-round magazine that holds like 130 that I have a problem with.
There's a great quote from a comedian who said him and his girlfriend watched Superman, and his girlfriend said Lois Lane woke up one morning, she was looking beautiful, and his girlfriend's going, look at her makeup, and he's going, right, we're watching a film about a flying man, and you're worried about her makeup in the mornings.
Can I finish my point now? Is it okay if I finish my point now, or do you want to talk about makeup? It is Pride Month, so if you want to talk about makeup,
I'm so sorry for interrupting,
Go
Sean.
ahead, Phil. Just
I'm
let
so
the baby
sorry
sit there
to interrupt with my humour.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
right, go on, carry on.
The minigun requires a gigantic battery to function, and they never show that in the movies because what fun would that be? But yeah, you can't just do that. Like you can't just walk. It doesn't fire like a normal gun. It has to be electrically powered. Like off of
the fact that.
Like a car.
I like the fact that I was going to say he's got there and he's like putting stuff in it. You putting bullets in there? No, AA batteries.
Yeah, it takes like the kind of battery you'd run a diesel truck off of, not like,
Right. I read your review for Street King, Sean.
Yeah, how did you? That's a great movie.
I've never heard of it. I started watching it. I'm probably about halfway through at the moment, but it's so far so good. In fact, Keanu Reeves is fucking excellent in it.
He is. I think that's my favorite movie that he's ever been in.
Yeah. I've just got up to the point where Chris Evans, Captain America, they've just had a chat in the toilet.
Yeah.
So I've still got quite a bit to go.
Are you sure you downloaded the right movie there, mate?
It's not the movie I thought it
was. Monkeypox Kings.
Yeah.
I am watching To Live and Die in L.A. I'm almost done with it.
Now that is an excellent movie too.
I like Friedkin. I love the French Connection. I feel like this has a little too much of the abrupt editing, I call it. Like they're in the middle of a conversation, they just edit out to the next scene. Like that's enough of that. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Give me a little bit more.
I prefer Live and Die in L.A. over the French Connection myself.
It's also the soundtrack is really bad.
What? Are you
that 80s?
Oh,
it is so 80s.
That's it. I'm out of here. I'm never coming back on here again. You all.
What's the soundtrack?
Fucking Oingo Boingo, man. Dance Hall
Days. That's the one song I saw in it, but the rest of it is just putting in just 80s. It's not even a song. It's just the hammering the 80s type.
No, it's great
background music. And
Don't listen to him. The movie is a masterpiece. And if Josh was here, I'm surprised Josh did not mention this Thursday night, but that is the first movie to have a character, a cop, especially say, "I'm too old for this shit."
Yeah, I noticed that, and I don't get me wrong. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's great. I think it's really good. There's a few things of the time that make it, a little bit of polish here and there would make it. It's one of those like some of these others I've looked at that could use a remake, but just not from today's Hollywood morons.
I like it as it is. I like it because it is so 1980s.
Here we go. That Big Gator has just said the original Tremors is the best movie for gun enthusiasts.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Actually, Gators
And if
comment
you
above
like
that. The fun fact is better.
And despite the fact that my avatar on the website is Bert, I did not choose that. That was made for me, and I use it to be polite because it looks
Big
great.
Gator,
But it's not
Big
really
Gate-
that. Go ahead.
Big Gator has also said, fun fact, there are no prop guns. All guns are real. They now have a low powder blanks.
Well, Alec Baldwin. That's all I'll say about that.
Is he talking about trimmers or?
No, that's
No.
in
Just
general.
in fun fact in movies. In movies.
I don't. I think they've went away from that now. All of the guns used in John Wick are actually airsoft guns.
Well,
Nerf guns.
Why the fuck are they having real guns anyway? Let's be honest.
Yeah, because they shoot so close. I mean, when Keanu Reeves is like popping a guy in the face from like 12 inches out, you can't fire a blank into a man's face. I don't care how blank it is.
Ask John Eric Hexum about that.
Yeah, ask Brandon.
Oh, wait, you can't.
Yeah.
Hang on. So are you saying that John Wick was actually killing people?
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, he was. They rounded up a bunch of people they kidnapped from North Korea.
Homeless guys. Yeah. That's one way to solve the homeless problem. Would you like to be an actor? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's move on. That lovely Ezra Miller apparently may be staying as the Flash because on set he is a consummate professional. Offset, he is mad as a bag of hammers.
I don't believe that for a second because they're not going to say right before the movie comes out. They're not going to say no, we're getting rid of this freak because then people are like, God damn, I'm not going to go see that. It must be terrible. They're not going to say that right before the movie comes out.
I mean,
Quick
to
to
be
say
fair,
got rid of Kang. That's just unbelievable to me.
Kang, we was Kang.
I mean, with it is weird because Ezra Miller has given some good performances. If you've seen when you talk about Kevin,
dude, he is brilliant as a homo.
It's not an act.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think you mean they are brilliant as a homo.
Yeah, Zer is amazing as a twink.
But with it, I mean, again, obviously they've been doing all the press and everything else, and Miller has been left very much out of the whole thing. It is kind of like, am I going to the press interview? No, you're not. You may end up kidnapping the cameraman and then starting a cult.
Again?
But again, with it is weird because
he's done.
like it's strange. So I mean, with that, then they have said that with the Flash, would they reboot then the multiverse? For DC.
Well, that's the entire point of it. But this is my gripe about James Gunn, apart from the fact that he's a suspected nonce, is that he's picking and choosing what aspects to keep.
Yeah,
he's keeping Waller, keeping Suicide Squad characters. So he's picking and choosing. But did you notice? I mean, Stark wrote an article today about a secret ending for the Flash. There's no secret ending. It's just the fact that this is projected to earn something like 70 million in its opening weekend, which apparently is dog shit. So they need to drum up interest. They need to because a lot of people are saying, well, if this is the end of the Snyderverse and nothing's continuing after it, what's the point in seeing it?
Everybody that I know that says they're going to go see it, the only reason they've told me the only reason they're going to go see it is because the Michael Keaton Batman thing.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that's the only reason to see it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason they're going to go see it is because of that. He's in
right, but that he's actually worth what we're seeing. Whereas the first hour or so with the two Ezra Millers is enough. It's eye bleeding. But once you get past that, the rest of the movie actually picks up as pretty good.
Why don't they just make another Batman movie with Michael Keaton in it and just skip this bullshit? This backdoor.
He's 116 years old. That's why.
That didn't stop him from making Indiana Jones 5.
We don't know what that's like yet.
They could do Batman Beyond.
Is that your go-to point? It's like, well, they made Indiana Jones. I'm like, is that? I don't think that's the big. I don't think that's making your point there, Sean. I don't.
But it is. Well, from
5, Indiana Jones 5.
Studios only want money, and if they think that what do they care? Quality is not a concern of these studios. So it is my point.
I saw a video the other day, and I don't know how real it was, but apparently it can't be true. I didn't look into it because I just didn't get the time. But apparently Henry Cavill has a small cameo in The Flash as like somebody selling coffee.
No, not having that.
And with it, like I say, I must admit, I didn't look into it. I'll have to try and find the video again. But I thought to myself, there is no way. I mean, let's face it, Henry Cavill is a nice guy. I mean, the guy's a legend. He's a nice guy. There is no way, though, if somebody approached him and said, oh, we wanted you to be in The Flash. Yep, not a problem. I was a barista selling coffee.
Yeah,
Not as Superman.
Has anybody got the shaft worse than Henry Cavill and all these?
No.
I don't think
Between
so.
The Witcher
either.
and Superman.
No.
I'm having such trouble mustering any give a shit for this Flash. I really am.
Yep. I can't.
To me, it's a wait till it's on streaming. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, if I had free tickets, I'd go. But
wasn't there like a very successful TV Flash or something though? TV show Flash.
Well, there was the one from 2014, on CW, I guess. It kept going, and then there was the one in 1990, which I actually kind of have a soft spot for, if nothing else, for the Danny Elfman music. But
I've got them on DVD. Little box set.
Thanks for that update.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let's move on.
okie doke. Right, so with that, hang on, no worries. So, right, yeah, so. This is only
wait.
brief.
I've got a I'm sorry, I've got a one that I'm afraid that we'll forget. Is anybody excited about going and seeing the new Wes Anderson movie, the one about the
Asteroid. Welcome to Asteroid City.
I am, because I like his stuff.
Me too.
I really like him.
Me too. I just
he
curious.
is good. Oh no, yeah, like I say, yeah, I'm quite happy to sit down and watch a Wes Anderson movie at any time. They are always very interesting. Okay, we are going to talk about this briefly. Waititi.
No.
I mean, with this, again, this is just one of those things. It's flogging a dead horse. I don't give a rat's backside what he's writing. It's going to be crap if it ever gets made.
What's the story? I've not been reading the site. What's the story?
Basically, he said that he has had several other projects on the go and he has been very busy, but he is working on something and he doesn't want it to be about a smuggler and his, pet going around the universe. But again, it's just kind of, if Waititi's involved, he has now got to the point where, don't get me wrong, he's made some good movies and he is hit and miss. Wait.
What good movies has he made?
Jojo Rabbit.
That was not a good movie. The good guys lost in that movie.
Why do you set him up like that, Phil? Why do you set him up?
I'm just going to look up his other stuff a minute because what we do in the show.
You're going to look up who won World War II. Hold on a minute.
Fact check.
Are we the baddies?
Phil, if you want to know about World War II, there's a documentary I highly recommend called Europa: The Last Battle on BitChute. That'll tell you all the World War II history you need.
Okie doke. Right, no, Jojo Rabbit it was a good movie.
To quote Phil, I saw a good meme the other day about that. It was someone's got a 3 wishes from a genie, and he says first wish, I wish I'd like to see what the world would look like if the bad guys won World War II, and the genie goes poof. And this young man goes, nothing's changed. He goes, you're welcome.
That is a meme. That is a meme and all, but I look around today and I can't help but I can't help but wonder, when I see Ezra Miller making $1 billion movie after he kidnapped and molested some kid allegedly.
Allegedly. As with always with the Sunday roast for the Last Movie Outpost, the word of the day is allegedly. So I just looked up Tiki Wataka Watatiti, and apparently he's still working on Akira, and I really hope now that he doesn't make it because that would ruin it.
Yeah. Why won't they just let the Japanese make why won't they just get like the creative team that made the anime movie and bring them over here and say here's a Hollywood budget, here's all you do it. You do it because you know more about it than we do.
You seem to be paying a
Racism.
lot more attention about it than we were. So, okay.
Now, that is a
we are
damn fine soundtrack, by the way.
It does. Oh, absolutely.
Damn fine.
Right. Who put in the next one?
I did. I saw it last night.
Hold on, why can I
Okay,
it's
okay.
squeaking? Is it?
Yeah, what's
What
that?
are you
It's Sean
swinging
on
swinging a
the
body
chair.
body back and forth? What are you doing?
He
Oh,
sat
I'm
on
sorry.
his porch with a shotgun.
That's literally that is unironically absolutely what I'm doing. I'm swinging on a.
With a bottle of moonshine.
Yeah.
It's got 3 X's on it and everything.
If you come on my property, that's the last thing you're going to do. Right, okay, so the Spider-Verse.
You might be able to pull Akira off. Is that what that says?
The what?
Right, no, sorry, Big Gator, let's go. Big Gator just said, he is too stuck of his own backside, and he would inject humour into Akira. And Akira
Unless Big Gator means he's going to pull him off.
He's like a more annoying Josh Whedon with his, constant need to turn everything into a joke.
Saying something.
Yeah.
It's true though.
it's
It's
just-
true though.
No, I don't disagree. I Love and Thunder, he was given carte blanche to do it, and it
really messed it
pile
up.
of shit.
Right, okay, so briefly then, Spider-Verse. Yoda, you went to see it.
Is it woke? Is it woke?
Is it woke? No, I don't think so. Not really. The only thing I think that is possibly a little woke on it is that they just it's all about Miles, which for a story reason and everything is fine, and they don't make Gwen like super girl boss or anything like that. They don't have too much of that in it. But then like Jessica Drew is a pregnant black lady on a motorcycle with spider powers. That looks ridiculous. And then, but it's
hold on.
I'm so weirded out by this movie because it's like if you just take it as a movie, if you get rid of all this, you try to excise all the Spider-Man baggage out of your brain and just take it as it is. It's very engaging. It has good plot, good character arcs. Doubles up a little too much on Miles' issues with his family. It's like we get it, move on. They could have shortened a little bit, but overall, it's very good. The art direction has some really impressive animation, but then if you can't take out that this is a Spider-Man movie, and so they have all this multiverse Spider-Man stuff, and it's all with all the Peter Parkers. Like at one point they show all the Peter Parkers from all different universes kneeling over Uncle Ben, which just is like, I guess that doesn't mean anything anymore, and Miles is unique in the universe because of he got his spider from the last movie was pulled in from a different universe and ended up biting him. So he shouldn't have been Spider-Man, and that's why he's unique.
Of course, because he's not white and he's not Peter Parker. So
yeah, I mean, there's a little. It's still really well done in a lot of ways. I mean, parts of it's just like really brilliant and really well done, but then it takes things too far. The animation just goes. If you're epileptic, don't go see this movie. You're going to have a problem.
Does his
Phil's really enjoying this? Look at him foaming at the mouth.
does his mentor Peter Parker from the first movie come back into it? The sort of like
he does, and he and Mary Jane are happy now, and they have a kid. But now he's wandering around in a pink bathrobe and slippers with the Spider-Man costume underneath. And he's got little May on like a little papoose all the time, but she has spider powers, and it's just like, why are you trying to make Peter Parker look like a shit or like a joke?
You know why.
Yeah, I know it's a mixed bag because what's good is really, really, really good, and what's bad is really annoying, and it's like I don't know how to give this a proper score or anything because what I liked, I really liked. But what I didn't like, I was like, So I don't know. Your mileage may vary. I don't know how to explain it because it's not like it's just dull. It's imaginative. It does some interesting things. But then I don't need all the, hey, remember Ben Reilly? Remember this from this? Remember the guy with the bag on his head?
I remember.
Yeah, just like little Easter eggs everywhere. It's like,
does Tobey Maguire show up?
Yeah.
Does he really?
Don't spoil it.
Wait a minute. Does he really?
Yes, kind of. And so does Andrew Garfield, kind of. But it's more of they were brought in from their, scenes from their movies that were kind of inserted in there.
So it's not animated.
It's not animated, but it's holographic or something. I don't know.
I saw a great meme the other day, and it had Spider-Man jumping off a building and shooting his web up into the air. And somebody said it was just a photograph or a picture of it. And somebody said, "What's he shooting his web at? What's he hanging on to?" And somebody said, "Uncle Ben."
Hey-o.
They actually did have that in there where he was so high up and he had to jump off this building and he shoots and there's nothing to shoot at. He's like, crap. So I appreciated that. I mean, there was some really, really good moments in here, but then there's some stuff. It's just like, you got to dial it back. The things that they were restrained on in the first movie, they were given carte blanche in the second movie, and it has that where it's too much of everything sometimes. And I just
sorry, Yoda.
That's about it.
My second son went to saw it. He said it was excellent. He said, again, I haven't seen it, so I'm not giving any spoilers away, but he said the ending, he said there was audible gasps in the audience.
Oh yeah, I have heard.
He said, he actually compared it to Back to the Future 2. How that ended.
Kind of. It's yes, but the problem is as soon as they telegraphed it fairly quick. I mean, not like 3 hours earlier, but once I saw what they were doing, it's like, oh, it's him. He's the guy, and you'll know it when you see it. I don't want to spoil it, but
I was hoping you'd say that Gwen Stacy died at the end. That would have been pretty ballsy.
No, but they did show the original frames from the comic when George Stacy died, things like that, and apparently a captain has to die for Spider-Man to be Spider-Man. Otherwise, you destroy the universe. And that's what happens. He saves some guy that's a captain in a different universe, the Indian universe. Dot, not Feather, by the way.
I know what you meant because you didn't say indigenous loser universe. So.
But they
disavow.
It's like if these people don't die in Spider-Man's world, then their entire universe unravels and implodes or something. I'm like, what? It just felt like a reach to me. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I get why people like it. It's not terrible. I don't want to say that it's just horrible or something. It's not. It just, I don't know. Maybe I got too much Spider-Man baggage. I just I don't want to see Peter Parker shit on or joked around.
Here is the real question. When are you going to stop giving Disney and Marvel, these woke companies, your money and time? And
I wasn't planning on seeing it at all, but my son wanted to see it, so I was like, spend some time with him.
You need to take a stand and say, no, son, we're going to go watch something based.
To be fair, Yoda, that does sound like bad parenting.
Yeah, it does. You sound like an awful, awful parent. The state should take your children away.
No, I don't let him see it on his own. I see it with him and discuss where the problems are, make sure that he understands.
Yeah, that's the excuse.
I don't want him out there on his own learning it on the streets.
That's the excuse I would use too if I was trying to dodge responsibility for giving money to Disney.
I never talk about my
Sony
kids, but I lost my son soon after the Phantom Menace. That was the best one, Dad. Right, son. Sorry.
You just drowned him in a mud puddle on the spot.
No. Sean, don't be so disgusting. It was a burlap sack, and I took him to a river. I'm not a monster.
Just going back about Spider-Woman being did you say she's a black pregnant woman on a motorbike?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, surely the baby's father would have a say in this.
She did mention that she was married and has a father.
We know she's a liar.
She has a husband, but of course he has no say in anything. Because
it must be a scroll because there's no way that a black Spider-Man that's pregnant has a husband still around.
She's going to get back to her universe. There's going to be a note on the side. I've just
Did you guys like the first one? Did you guys all like it?
Yeah, I thought it was
yes.
I like the first one real good.
I need to watch it again because I haven't seen it for a while. But yeah, I did
think
like
you'll
it.
enjoy this one. I mean, it does get darker. It does get deeper. There's a lot of good stuff in it. But I'd be interested to see what your guys' take on it is.
When you say it gets darker, is it because the Jessica Drew's black in it?
Yes.
They're all wearing masks. They're all wearing masks. You can't see what colour they are. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Apparently, Robert Englund has said that he is now too old to play Freddy Krueger.
Well, he's right about that.
Yeah, thank you. He's also said that water is wet.
I don't see what the big deal is. They don't even have to put the makeup on him anymore.
Yeah, that's right. I'll just... you're done. Oh, fantastic. Let's get going. But again, Freddy Krueger, he did make an interesting point that Freddy Krueger, if he was trying to haunt somebody like, who's now an influencer, whether he could influence them through the computer as opposed to through their dreams, which kind of is an interesting concept. But Freddy Krueger is not really somebody who fits in today's modern society. Hold on.
Are they talking about making a new one then? Is that why he's come out and said he's too old for it?
Who knows? I mean, chances are it's going to happen because it's Hollywood. What else are they going to do? Come up with something new?
They tried doing it, a few years back with
Haley I can't think of his name.
Rorschach.
Yeah. Rorschach. Rorschach. And again, I saw that, but I couldn't tell you a thing about it. No, absolutely nothing about it.
It was bad.
It was dog shit. Yeah.
But again, of course they're going to keep churning out Freddy. I mean, goodness me, of course he's not going to stop. Like I said last week, I was talking about what's his name, Cameron, going on about remaking the Terminator and everything else, and it's just
You know what? Somebody needs to go back in time and stop Cameron. He needs to be terminated with extreme prejudice because we just can't.
That would be a good movie, though, wouldn't it? Yeah. A robot goes back in time or just a fan of Terminator goes back in time to kill James Cameron after Terminator 2.
just he doesn't ruin the franchise. There's a movie right there.
You know what?
Yeah.
At one
I've got
time,
this great idea called Avatar.
At one time I thought that Terminator 2 was the best Terminator movie, but now after years have passed, I realize Terminator 1 is really the best of them.
I still wait
to choose between your children. I think they're great films.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I love Terminator 2, believe me, but Terminator, I love the I don't know. The T1 is more like. I don't know. This is a discussion that would take a long time, and let's move on from it.
Well, T2 is T1. They've just added some better stakes to it.
Right, but it's
the same damn movie.
No, it is, but it's slicker and obviously.
Yeah.
But I love. First of all, I like Michael Biehn better in that. Yeah. I like the sleazy LA that we get in that one with this B movie serial killer slasher vibe.
That is cool.
And I like that. I like that better. The only thing now, I wished he would kind of do a George Lucas and go back and the parts of the Terminator coming out of the fire and nothing but the flesh burn off. I kind of wish he would tweak that to make that not as choppy and stop motion looking.
I love the stop motioning of it. I love it.
Yeah, I could do without that, but I think I think T1 is a perfect movie though.
There you go. Look. Big Gator's just said that Terminator 1 and 2 cannot exist without each other. I think, that's a good way of putting it.
Well, we know T2 can't exist without T1. That's very perceptive, Gator.
I believe T1 did exist for about 7 years?
Yeah.
Just fine without the other? I don't think that holds
just
water.
now in later life. Well, okay, let's move on. So, are we going to mention the new live stream?
Yes.
Okie doke. So, I did mean to get that. So, Sean, I completely forgot. I'm sorry, but we have a new live stream coming out once every month. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Called Radiodrome. Sean, tell us about it.
No, Retrodrome. But it's
Retrodrome. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. So it's the three guys. They used to do Radiodrome, which was a podcast for many years, and it's Cecil from Good Bad Flicks, who everybody knows. Josh Hadley, was basically the main guy that ran the podcast. He has 1201 Beyond and so many things I can't even, and Peter Gajic, which is the Cinematicus. Peter couldn't make it with us the other night because he injured himself at work, I believe. But those three will be joining us again on every month, and it'll basically be Retrodrome, but it will be called Retrodrome because it's not Radiodrome in its original form. But hopefully that everybody likes it. I had a hell of a lot of fun Thursday. I think Yoda did too.
Yeah, I had a great time.
And
I think I listened to it back. I think it came out pretty good. And
I have listened to a good chunk of it, and it was very entertaining. Very entertaining.
Yeah, Josh is very good at picking topics and sort of moving, especially with Peter and Cecil. He was always very good at steering the conversation or keeping things. And you'll like it. It's different from us here, but if you
what you're saying is, Sean, is he's professional and I'm crap. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, well, no, I mean he is. Dude, he did it for like 10 or 12 years, so obviously he's very slick at it.
It's 50% more American, and that's all I care about.
You do miss the British accent on it.
No, Peter is actually Canadian. But no, they're real good. Now Josh has a personality that a lot of people at first sometimes it takes some people to warm up to, but Peter and Josh are both very good friends of mine, and if you guys would, everybody likes Cecil. I meant Cecil, and I don't really know Peter. I meant Cecil and Josh, but if you guys will give it a chance, don't let Josh's he has very strong convictions on every opinion he has to the point of he just it's a core principle for him no matter what his take is. But
we'll put a link up over there.
Yeah, and you guys will give it I think you'll like it. Everybody loves Cecil anyway, right? I mean, he's entertaining as hell.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, he's awesome.
He was funny because he just kept Josh. At one point, Josh was talking about how bad the 4-hour cut of Justice League was, and just in the middle of it, he just goes boo.
Yeah,
he just interrupts him.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good at being Josh's foil, which is a lot of the entertainment, I think. But yeah, you get to see a side of Cecil. All of these guys, you get to see them in a more casual, natural way, and they're very entertaining and interesting that way. And hopefully me and Yoda add a little bit of entertainment value to it.
Well, you guys were there, so well done.
Yeah,
you get a participation award.
Thank you. Just
in all seriousness, like I say, it was very entertaining what I heard. I've got to listen to the rest of it, but it was very entertaining. I am genuinely gutted. It's kind of so late for me. I think it's 3:00 in the morning for me, so I couldn't make it. I've just been, the film's good, yeah.
Yeah, going forward, we will not have. It will probably not be 2.5 hours long. But that was the first show. But I mean, it'll go as long as it goes, though. If Yoda's got the time, and then they want to go on, I'm certainly happy to let them because.
Yeah, I would say if we keep it at 2 hours or less, I'll be fine. Because it gets late for me because I still have to work in the morning and all that. But I don't mind doing it. I enjoy it.
Yeah. So, but hopefully you guys will go check it out, and if you haven't seen it already, we seem to already be getting some numbers on it. Probably just because Cecil's name's attached to it, but it's good fun. It's really good fun.
Yeah, let's hope one of us if you like it for us.
Yeah, like and subscribe our channel.
Yeah.
Sorry, because you see it on there. That's all. Okay, we're going to move forward. Harrison Ford has weighed in. And all of a sudden, after many, 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 many years of saying that Deckard in Blade Runner was not a replicant, has now turned around and said he was a replicant and he knew he was a replicant all along.
Well, one thing's for sure is Harrison Ford is a fucking NPC. So
yeah.
I mean,
he's selling out big time, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, what the hell? After all this time and after screaming it, for so long and always sticking to it, all of a sudden it's just actually, no, I was joking. Sorry. Yeah. It's like Neil Armstrong turning around and going, I didn't go to the moon.
well, we know that. That's probably true. But so there's two explanations here. Ridley Scott has a new movie that he's going to come out that Harrison Ford really wants to be in, so he's kissing his ass, or Harrison Ford is just a grumpy prick in his old age and just wants to piss off as many fans as he can.
That is true, actually.
Could be both.
Yeah,
both.
Yeah.
It's both.
Like there's
Gladiator 2. You want a slice of that?
Nobody with any fucking sense at all thinks that Deck would believe, because it makes no sense story wise or Batty's gesture. None of it makes a bit of fucking sense if Deckard is a goddamn robot in the movie. It makes no sense. The theme is wrong. It's stupid to Yoda, take over for me here before I get too mad.
I'm chucking on my own rage here.
Moonshine and looking backwards and forwards.
I did a whole video on it explaining why it is absolutely wrong. If he is a replicant, the whole movie doesn't make a lick of freaking sense. It just
or 2049.
Yeah, I mean, all of it doesn't make any sense. It's about the humanity with the being supplanted by these replicants who want to live more than actual humanity wants to live.
More human.
Introducing that.
More human than human. That right there tells you there is that is the hat tip to tell you what the fucking point of the story is that at the end Batty could have killed or let Deckard die, but he shows more mercy than Deckard, a human, and saves him, and then has a moment of redemption himself and shows that he indeed is more human than the humans, and it humanizes Deckard. And that's the whole goddamn point of the fucking story.
I mean, every time I kept hearing that Deckard is a replicant, I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. That doesn't make sense." But well, he's the guy that did it. Let me talk. And the more I thought about it, the more I looked into it. I was like, that's just Ridley Scott just trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Well, he's become obsessed with this AI thing, right? So he went back and he fucked with that. Then he started with the what else? Oh shit! Like he fucked with aliens, so he made David this AI, and then he fucks around with that. And the alien is created by David, who was created by humans. So therefore, the alien is ultimately a creation of humans, meaning that man is the worst monster. And this thing, he's been on this theme forever about it, and it's so. It's like, dude, no, go away, retire, fuck off, and die.
The wrong Scott died.
Yeah, Ridley Scott should have died. Tony Scott should be alive.
Let's just get him a convertible, let him go over the cliff.
Okie doke. So with a wrap up of the last thing we're going to talk about, I nearly said James Cameron then, but not James Cameron. John Carpenter, brain fart there. John Carpenter has said that there may be a sequel to The Thing somewhere.
If they could do his original concept, it would work, because I've read quite a bit about it and I've watched him talk about his original concept for a sequel, and I think it's possible it could have worked, but since he would not be the one writing and directing it, and who knows, like he lost it, right? Like all these guys lose whatever they have. Like Ridley Scott, for instance, is a perfect example of that. Matt might disagree, but so there's a point where they kind of lose whatever that was. There's only a finite amount of it, and I doubt he could pull it off now, and certainly some new director isn't going to be capable of doing it. But the original concept he had, and it even explains the difference in their age as like severe frostbite and stuff, and I think they could have pulled it off, but that's not what's going to happen. And Childs, by the way, is fucking infected with the thing at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Quite clearly. It's just, again, it's one of those films that even if it's like they tried to do it was a prequel, the one in 2013, it was supposed to be a prequel, wasn't it? 2011, sorry.
Yeah,
but I didn't mind that.
But again, the problem with it is I don't know, it kind of dumped all of the original. And again, I've said this so many times before, but the more you add to something, the less special it becomes. Yeah. And The Thing is it's that perfect movie. It's a perfect sci-fi horror movie.
It is a perfect movie. Yeah, it is a perfect movie.
And just adding to it, it's going to take away of how precious it actually is.
Yeah.
So are they actually doing this? Or was he just talking about how
it's all talk at the moment. I don't think anything's set in gold with it. Yeah. It's just, Carpenter's been talking about it.
As we say in the gun industry, it's at this point it's vaporware. But I mean, Blumhouse is attached to it, so it's possible. I mean, it's more than possible, I guess, at this point. But still vaporware at this point.
Right.
I hope they don't. I mean, it's so.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Man. Not everything has to have a fucking sequel.
No, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's what's
Literally.
so frustrating about Hollywood. Yeah, is he's kind of like, oh, that made money, so we need to make another one. But surely he's better on his own. No, need to make another one. And it's just, why can't you just leave these things alone? Indiana Jones is a perfect trilogy. A perfect trilogy.
Yeah.
The Crystal Skull was utter crap. It was awful. And like I say, a friend of mine contacted me the other day who's a big indie fan, and he said, are you up for seeing indie, together? And I was really sort of, I don't want to, because I know I'm going to see it. I can't help it. I know I'm going to see it, but I don't want to see it because I just fear the worst for it.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Here's the problem with the Indy 5 is that as bad as Crystal Skull is, it wasn't woke. Indy 5 is going to be fucking drowning in woke shit. That's like you could justify going to Crystal Skull and be like, oh, that was a shit movie, but I don't feel like I was insulted. And you know what I mean? Like they are going to rub your nose in dog shit in Indy 5.
It's funny. I mean, people did feel real insulted. You remember South Park did the thing where like they said we watched Indy get raped, and they were like, that was the whole gag is they were showing Lucas and Spielberg raping Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
people were pissed, and I'm like, this is worse than that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but what I'm saying is like they weren't. You might have been offended by how shit the movie was, but they weren't personally attacking you from the story like they will be in Indy 5.
I'm just kind of marveling. It's like it's gotten so bad with everything over the past 15 years that we're looking back on Crystal Skull like, well, at least like we're making excuses for it. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it was bad, but at least it wasn't trying to piss us off. It was like, wow, have our standards just dropped through the fucking floor, haven't they?
Well, that's the reality of the situation nowadays.
It is. I don't disagree.
Absolutely,
I mean, the best you can hope for is when you pay down your $12 or whatever is that the movie does not actively try to insult and degrade you.
The best thing I can hope for is that one of the cinema attendants doesn't come around and bash me in the head with a bat.
Well, the equivalent would be as you walk out, they go, somebody's sitting there going like, "Did you enjoy your movie, you oppressive white man?"
With a collection bucket for reparations.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys talked about it, but I mean, I'm really shocked. I guess they had the screening of the Dial of Destiny, and even the woke critics are crapping on it. And
I have seen
it. Getting good. I'm really kind of mixed on this. It's like, well, if the critics don't like it, maybe it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
You got
exactly. A point. You got a point.
Yeah. It's like the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing that the critics sort of rate it 13%. You're thinking, oh, right, no, they've only rated it that low. Oh, it might be quite good then,
Yeah. But maybe they really don't like it, or they're trying to save their. I mean, the Little Mermaid Rotten Tomatoes thing is just beyond bizarre. If you've looked at that mess,
yeah.
Okay, so it says that the audience score rating was like 96%. And then you click the little button that they have now called from verified to all audience. And now you click on all audience, it goes down to like 50%.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so now they're picking and choosing audience ratings that will prop up a movie. It's like, I don't know. Who the hell do I trust anymore? I mean,
according to the movie ratings, all the viewers with blue hair absolutely loved it.
All of them. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's funny because I was talking to someone the other day about like with the reviews and stuff like that. There's just nothing I believe anymore. Whenever I look at stuff like that, my brain just immediately goes, "No, it's not true. Make your own mind up."
Well, it's all the old establishment corporations, media, movies. From Bud Light to Target to the movies to Rotten Tomatoes, all this stuff is like it is desperately trying to hold together something that is falling apart, and I don't know what's going to replace it. But if I don't trust anything that Rotten Tomatoes does anymore, I don't trust anything the media tells me anymore, I don't trust anything corporations are selling me anymore. It's like if nobody's going to buy this stuff, and these companies are going to go under at some point.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
And I'm going, I don't know. I mean, hopefully something can come in to replace it, that we can go back to a truth-seeking society instead of a whatever this is, this weird religious cult society we got now. But it's just beyond me. The movies, they're holding on to all this old shit and just keep making new ones, and then trying to shove their politics or whatever message that they're trying to put in there. Nobody's buying it anymore. They're having to jigger all the audience rating reviews on Rotten Tomatoes to get people to believe that something that isn't true. I'm like, this can't continue, can it? It's got to. I feel like we're on the edge of the cliff. Yeah, the edge of the cliff, about ready to fall.
I don't know. I hope so. I just every year I'm just like less and less excited about movies, and that makes me angry because movies are a passion to me equal to my love of guns, and that's, I don't know, man. I know you guys.
No. You hit the nail on the head. Oh, sorry. Go on, Matt. Go on.
No, I was going to say, there's literally 2 films that I'm excited to see this year, and that's Dune 2 and Oppenheimer. There's 2 films
and
Barbie.
And Barbie. Don't give us that rubbish. You're going to go and see it.
Only if Margot Robbie gets her snatch out. Other than that, I'm not interested.
They say there's 45
films.
There is 45 minutes of Margot Robbie's feet, though. So
yeah, apparently I read that the other day.
Banging one out.
Rocal Thought has just said Hollywood's like a restaurant. As long as it's infested with roaches, I won't eat there. And the problem is like I say, I'm the same. Funny enough, when I go through movies, I've got a certain piece of software on my Fire Stick, which I won't mention, but it has a list of all the new movies that come out, and I sit there scanning through them and just think, no. It's just there's nothing new that I want to watch. And so I end up going back to I've got a list of cult 80s movies, and I end up going through there and finding something there to watch, and just new movies. And like you say, now and then something comes up. I say June 2 I'm looking forward to.
What's
but apart from that,
what is that? I haven't. What's that one?
June 2.
What is that? What's that about?
It's about sandcastles. It's a sandcastle competition.
And worms.
Yeah. Worms. That just sounds like Timothy Chalamet walking around for an hour scratching his ass.
No, that would be Ezra Miller.
Allegedly.
I'll tell you what I did watch the other week. My wife went out, and I was meant to go out, and I just couldn't be bothered. And I ended up watching all 3 Back to the Futures back to back.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh man, it's the best movie night I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Again,
Andy, I wanted to mention that I went and I rewatched season 3 of Picard, and now that I got kind of away from it a little bit, I wanted to see if it. And I've watched a few episodes of the original Next Generation, and it's just I like season 3. It's a very good movie, but it still is not nearly as smart or has the things that they did in that original series. It's a fun action flick that appeals to the emotions very nicely. And I don't want to crap on it, but so much of the stuff back then was so much smarter. And I'm using Star Trek, but I mean so much stuff was so much smarter and better back then. I'll give you this. The To Live and Die in LA is far more engaging and a lot more interesting things going on in it than anything today. My nitpicks are, stylistic, not how good the movie is, if that makes any sense.
It is crazy. It's like I say, being as Sean just said, being a movie fan and just seeing the garbage that's churned out these days, it's hard work. Yeah. It really is. It's kind of heartbreaking as well, really, because like I say, there was a time I was excited to go to the cinema, and nowadays I can't be bothered. Things like The Flash and all that lot.
In the last 2 years, like the things that I recall that still stick in my head, and the things that we talked about and still bring up are movies like The Kid Detective, Dinner in America, Licorice. Those two we didn't even get a release in theaters really. The Northman, Licorice Pizza, like those, like that's the stuff that I remember. Like I don't give a shit about Marvel or Star Wars and the garbage that they've shit out, but like those are the ones I think about. That John Wick 4, even as entertaining as that was, like I've already forgot it. I forgot that even came out this year. That really was like.
I watched all three recently to get prepared for John Wick 4. Then I didn't end up going to watch it, and then when I finally got the digital copy, watched it, I was like, what? Okay, and I went and found one of those recaps in 10 minutes, recap the entire thing, so I can remember where we were at.
In the previous,
they just
John
don't make
Wick.
any impression.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a massive Superman fan. You all know that. I couldn't even give a fuck about this new Superman film coming out by James Gunn, Superman Legacy. Things are that bad.
Yeah.
Things are that bad that I can't even get excited about a new Superman movie.
It's horrible, isn't it?
This sounds like right now. It sounds like we're doing the last episode ever of this, and we're closing up shop, boys. This is to quote.
What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to?
To quote Ronnie McNutt, well, I guess this is it.
The last movie Outpost. What am I looking forward to? Just Dune and Oppenheimer. I couldn't care about anything else. It's nothing.
Dune and Oppenheimer.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to Extraction 2, to be honest, and the Barbie movie, of course. Right, I mean,
what is it with you in that Barbie movie?
I'm in it. I'm literally Ryan Gosling. Didn't you know that?
No.
Well, he's literally me.
I'm going to put you closer to Margot Robbie's feet. Again, I'm just looking up stuff that is coming out, and again, it's kind of where are we? Let's say this. Even right, an Indiana Jones movie is coming out, and I am not bothered.
Yeah, that's a good point. We just talked about what all these movies, and Indy 5 didn't even
Indiana
come up.
Jones.
I know it. When we were kids, an Indiana Jones movie. When we were kids in the 80s, that would have been like landing on the moon or something. If that was a real thing. And
I'll tell you what. Actually, sorry, just to interrupt. I will say, actually, saying that Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. I'm looking forward to seeing.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll give you that as well.
I've only ever seen the first one of those and have not seen any of the sequels.
They're all good.
They have been a consistent. Yeah, two was a bit of a letdown, but the rest of them have been consistently a decent set of movies. I think it is because they are based so much in the practical effects. That
two was the one directed by.
John Woo.
That's so. Ang Lee, no, it was
John Woo.
No, Ang Lee would have been a very different. Mission Impossible would have been a very different movie.
Racist.
Mission Impossible 2 was shit. Awful.
That's surprising because John Woo, man, his Hong Kong
problem
is.
Don't get me wrong, I love John Woo and his early stuff, but I just found that Mission Impossible 2 was too much style over substance. And
it's awful.
Well, I just feel that there was something that Woo and the studios were. I wanted to say that they were clashing over something, and it didn't work.
They brought him over, and he wanted to do it like his way, and they were like, "But this is Hollywood," and you know, and he was like, "Well," and he was probably like, "Why the fuck did you ask me to come do this if you're not going to let me do it?"
I would say Mission Impossible 3 might be J.J. Abrams' best movie.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what is coming out at the end.
I can't.
In the end of the year, one thing that we can all look forward to is The Color Purple, the musical about slave abuse.
I can't wait for my yearly state mandated movie about slavery. Yeah, I'm almost as excited about my yearly state mandated movie about slavery as I am my yearly state mandated movie about the Holocaust.
There's a great thing with what's her name, Kate Winslet, and she's on this program, and she's going, if you want to win an Oscar, you play a retard or do the Holocaust. That's it. That's all you got to do to get an Oscar. It's really easy.
Well, that's all they know about history: slavery and the Holocaust.
It is. Yeah. No, it is.
Nothing else happened ever.
That's. You're not like. I know that you're being a little facetious, but not really.
I'm not.
Oh, well.
Okie doke. Right. Okay. So let's like I say, we're going to keep it a little bit short and sweet. So let's go to the banners.
That's what she said.
Hey-oh.
Why don't you do a few? You guys have been commenting. Just grab a few, at least. They're nice enough to comment. Let's at least.
Yeah, the
June, what's that about?
You know what would be awesome is if they were nice enough to super chat.
Yeah, that's why we don't read their stuff.
You know what? They don't super chat, but it'd be a lot cooler if they did.
Anything under $50 is just not worth mentioning.
They're going with insulting our audience. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
Picard season 3 was too little, too late. Which, because I do agree with that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's gone again. Color Purple, the musical about spousal abuse, fun. Yeah, I mean, me and Sean made jokes about that last week. About next there'll be a musical about the Holocaust. We're going to the gas chambers.
You know what? I've got the whole script wrote out, and
of course you do.
I'm ready for us.
Why is there no water coming from these hoses? It just seems to be hissing.
How come? Why is this chimney not actually attached to the building? Why? It doesn't make any sense for these doors to be made out of wood.
My calculations don't work out.
If I try to bake 6 million cookies in 5 years, the math does not work out.
You've got a little star. I've got a purple triangle.
Here, my lovely daughter is a ballpoint pen to write your diary entry.
Wait till you see Schindler's Wrist.
No, Rogue Thought. They are not going to fund enough race swap Color Purple. It did actually get me because I did watch the trailer and I did think to myself, didn't see a Whitey in there.
Hold on, is this real? They're doing a musical about the Color Purple.
You know what? They should.
I thought he was winding me up.
No. There's a trailer and everything.
Yeah, it's a trailer. The trailer doesn't have much music in it, but apparently they turned it into a stage play, and now the stage play is being done as a movie.
Oh, I mean,
oh my days!
Isn't it great? Isn't it great? I mean, this is the world we live in now. Isn't that great? It's so amazing that we live in a world.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Dolman the musical.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see Roots the musical.
Anyway, thank you for everybody for joining us on our chat. Yoda, would you like to please sign us out?
Oh, God.
You're still in shock.
I am Toby. Yakuta Kite. I am Toby. Yakuta Kite. Thank you very much for watching us. This has been lastmovieoutpost.com, where we get all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. I am at Drunken Yoda 1. He is at Boba Phil. He is at Matt Eggy Wegs. And we are at Last Movie Outpost on Twitter. You can also reach us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm very tired. I've been down.
What else are we on? And please check out our MySpace page.
Yes. I got Friendster. It's going to come back anytime now, I swear.
The World Wide Web, www.
That's right. www.lastmovieoutpost.com. So, Phil, got anything left in the tank?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
I will say, though, check out my interview with Alex Hyde-White, who played Jim Ferguson in Biggles, because the guy was fantastic, and it was really nice to talk to him.
Awesome. Matt?
No. just thanks to the commentators. It's kept us going. Comments.
Yep.
To be fair, Matt should just be cracking on with the website. Why you're even talking to us, Matt? It's disgusting. All right.
I like
back to work.
I like how Matt is like, I don't know how Yoda was doing this. Suddenly I understand.
If only Yoda could put us all through this, we'd all understand.
Yeah.
It's a thankless task, Yoda. It's a thankless task.
All I'm saying is, why did it have a maternity ward and swimming pools? That's all.
And a theater.
No, I don't know, man. It's a cold, dark summer of movie death and desolation. It feels like, and I'm just gonna kill myself off screen now.
The weird thing is we know that Sean is sat there like polishing a sawed-off shotgun. You know, this will be the last we hear of Sean.
Allegedly,
kill yourself on screen and get some more.
Oh,
views.
don't worry, I will absolutely Ronnie McNutt on screen with you guys. If I ever commit suicide, it'll be in the middle of a live stream. I have the camera on. We'll be talking and laughing, and then you'll just see a barrel come up into my mouth, and my head will explode, and brains will go everywhere. My dog will come in and start licking up my brains, and you guys will be like,
No. It will just be, we just turn his camera off and go, so anyway, the new Star Wars is...
I want it to be like the classic Looney Tune bit where Daffy Duck drinks the gasoline and gunpowder. And it's like, oh, that was amazing. And you guys will go like, well, that was great, but what's he going to do for a second act?
I figure it's going to be like Stand By Me, you know? It's like, you guys want to see a dead body?
There you go, Sean. Rogue Thought has just sent through a $5. Thank you very much, Rogue.
Thank you, Rogue.
Oy vey, thank you for the shekels.
Your cardboard sign was convincing. Well, I'm confused.
Yeah, hungry and homeless and disenchanted with movies.
Please help for retard. Please help donate for retards in need.
Hey, three and me. Right, sorry, Yoda, carry on.
Yeah, right. You're not one of the retards, Phil. You're right.
You're the smart one here. Yeah, that's
you're
what
you're the big brain.
Your mommy was right.
Reader.
You're just like your mommy said. You're very smart and handsome.
Yes. Never go full Millhouse. My mom says I'm cool.
Hey, Phil, do you remember Alf? He's back in Pog form.
Anyway, Yoda.
Would you like me to stop this before it gets out of hand?
If you want, I'll keep going if you.
I bet you would.
I'm just going to see if I can push Phil over the edge. Let's just see what we can do.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next stream.